Hey y'all, back with another video with me, Jill, and this is something that is so common with not just coaching, but just in our industry.
Just in general.
In every person you talk to could be, your mom or her friends at work or people on the internet.
The lady at the grocery store, just anyone.
Legitimately anyone is wanting to start a program and they're like, I'm not seeing progress fast enough. They're all upset. Nah.
What am I doing wrong?
And immediately it's, should I eat less? Should I do more? All this stuff, right? And as coaches, obviously, and, Team LoCoFit coaches, we really value long-term strategies over short-term solutions. And it's very hard, I would say, to convince people that. I think people have gotten a lot better.
No, they have.
People have gotten way better.
But it's still kind of hard to convince people who are dead set on just faster is better.
Yes. And no, we're all about getting results. Like, we're not just trying to sit here and be
so we're whatever, it takes time. Like, we want results.
We want results as much as you do.
There's a way to go about it.
Trust me. Like, there's nothing a coach wants more than results. But part of it is literally just time and consistency. But really, what part of it is, hey, you want results faster? Okay, well, I need all these things in check first. So that's what we wanted to make this video about, was like, what do we need in check first in order to actually speed up your results?
Yeah. Okay, so the first one is your diet, obviously. Are you hitting your targets to begin with? Are you consistent each day? Are you hitting those targets within the same range throughout the week? Or is it always up and down and all over the place?
Yeah, consistency every day. Over the week is important, but most optimally, are you hitting them every single day? And if you're really trying to dial it in and you're looking for faster results, then that's going to matter a lot. Yeah. Second would be like food quality choices. Like, we do not at this point offer meal plans for for clients. We are not qualified to do so. We might be in the future with one of our other coaches, but hint, but she'll see her in a few weeks on the camera. But in general, we're using a macro-based approach, right? So we're saying, hey, here are your numbers that you need to hit every day.
Yeah.
With our programs, we give out suggestions on food suggestions.
Nutrient-dense food sources. But at the end of the day, those targets are up to you. Yeah,
you're hitting it, right? Like, we're not making the food for you. Sometimes I really wish we could do that, but we're not. So what you are using to hit the targets is incredibly important. And I know there's all this talk on the internet, it's calories, it's just a calorie, this and that. Everything, yes, calorie control is number one. If you're eating outside of your calorie norms, no matter how healthy or nutrient dense you're eating, that's not going to be a good idea. But you can still fill your diet with a lot of garbage, and that's not necessarily going to help your goals. It's not going to help your performance. It's not going to help your recovery.
It's not going to help you how you feel either.
No, you're going to feel like dog shit if you eat dog shit food all the time.
I mean, I'm pretty sure anyone who had like pizza and protein shakes didn't really feel that good.
No, every once in a while, have a protein shake with some pizza. I'm all for that.
All day though.
All day, every day, not a good idea. And also the one thing too with packaged foods that I find people really just overlook is that the nutrition facts can vary a lot. And have you ever, I've done this and I'm like, oh shit. You buy something and then like a few months later the package changes. Yeah. And you're like, shit, I was eating that.
Just had like an extra 40 grams of carbs.
Every day. And this isn't even like these weird health foods.
Diet foods.
No, this isn't like a weird diet food. This is just in general stuff changes. So anytime something is packaged, there's automatically a huge and I can't remember the number, but I think it's like a 30%.
I was going to say, like 25 or 30%.
Yeah, like the nutrition labels can vary that much, up or down. So that's, but a sweet potato is always a sweet potato, right? So if you're eating whole food sources, you have more of a handle on exactly what you're eating. And if you ever wondered why all the old bro stuff used to be just whole foods, well, that's why. You know what you're eating. You know what you're getting. So that's a huge thing, is looking at your food quality. Like, are you consistently adding in junk or, just these, packaged foods? Yeah.
Foods that you find
versus nutrient-dense stuff that is actually going to help you not only feel better and obviously like your longevity, but also your performance and your adherence.
Yeah. So next would be, can't read. A lot of people think that they have to just automatically go to cutting my food, more cardio, and that's it. But if you're not having the first 2 points in check, then there's no point in dropping food and adding cardio because you're not being adherent to begin with. Yeah. So you want those first 2 points to be in check before you move on to I need to eat less, I need to move more.
And then another thing to look at would be food timing. So if you are, if you're listening to this and you're looking to improve your body composition, the maximum you can. So most amount of muscle, least amount of body fat, of course, within a reason, but that's the goal, right? You have to look at your food timing. Like that is going to impact your training and your intensity in the gym, your recovery from that training session, your energy throughout the day. And it's also going to influence you, like if, you eat a certain way earlier in the day, are you going to now overeat at night? Like those are so many things that food timing comes into play. And again, this is something that's gotten really bastardized in the industry. People, it doesn't matter, just eat whenever.
Yeah, it's like just about your total calories. But at the end of the day, like everyone's individual too. So I know for myself, like if I eat breakfast in the morning, my hunger's going to be more controlled throughout the day. But if I trained fasted, I'm probably going to be super hungry and, odds are I'm going to probably want to overeat at the end of the day. So that's why it's important to take time into consideration. And it's something that you have to figure out on your own where like, if I eat more fats and protein throughout the day, I'm going to be really good for my workout later and I won't be as hungry going into it. So
yeah, and this does affect you more if you are in a deficit. So usually when people are in off season, this is kind of when they get lazy with the food timing, I find. And then basically what ends up happening is then now they've built up these kind of negative habits and then they go into a deficit and they're still kind of eating haphazardly and you're not going to feel good, you're not going to train well, you're not going to recover, and you're also going to just have these erratic food kind of feelings like, I'm really full or I'm starving. And then that at some point you're going to snap. At some point you're going to give in to those cravings. And instead, hey, why don't we just look at your food timing over the week and are you hitting that consistently?
Yeah, and next would be sleep schedule too, because sleep schedule can throw a lot of things off. It can throw your hunger off, it can throw your recovery off from the gym, how you feel during training. A lot of people overlook sleep as well. They might feel like, I'm kind of fatigued, training hasn't been good this week, or I'm like super hungry for some reason, and they always overlook sleep. So having a consistent sleep schedule, we also did a video on that before.
Yeah.
Having a consistent sleep schedule throughout the week and even the weekends. I know a lot of people want to sleep in on the weekends, but having it consistent throughout the week is going to make a big difference.
Yeah, it is so paramount that we get proper sleep and a proper sleep schedule. And if you guys want to nerd out more on this, please go check out Dr. Peter Attia's podcast, The Drive. There's a 3-part series with Dr. Matthew Walker. It's phenomenal. Matthew is, he is the top sleep scientist, I would say, kind of in the field. And he has dedicated his entire life to researching this. So there is so much that you guys can learn from that 3-part series. So please go check that out. And then 5th would be stress management. So I think a lot of people overlook this as well. And they're walking around like with a chicken with their head cut off and they aren't managing their life stressors. And part of it, again, goes back to that video that we did, 2 videos ago with setting up your schedule and setting up your routine so you can actually be productive throughout the day. Because usually you're running around with a chicken like your head, running around like a chicken with your head cut off. You don't have a head.
The damn chicken.
Chickens, no heads. What's going on? You're going to feel like crazy if you don't have a schedule and you're not productive. So that's number 1. But also just in general, the way that people manage their stress is so critical and, again, overlooked. And that's something that I've really, really had to hammer home with clients this year is your stress perception and how you handle things. 150%, 200% will change your results. And honestly, how you feel, how you age, how you store body fat, it all is super relative.
Yeah, and also the last point we wanted to make was taking a look at your intensity and workload in the training and cardio that you're doing. So I see a lot with clients when I usually bring it up when we're not really moving as fast or we're not moving at all. I just make sure that their training and cardio is where it should be. So typically with clients, I see that their cardio isn't really as intense as it could be. They're kind of just walking on the treadmill, they're doing low intensity when maybe it should be more moderate intensity. And that's going to make a huge difference when you actually take a look at how intense your training is.
Yeah, and then also like when you are working out, say it's on your program, you're going to do 3 sets of 10. Is that a hard 3 sets of 10? Or I can bag 3 sets of 10. Yeah, I can bag 3 sets of 10 really easily, or I can literally feel like I'm going to die at the end of that. And for a lot of people, it's a lot easier to push that on legs because you're just doing more weight. But with upper body, I find, especially for females, that it's, you know, maybe your warm-up weight isn't really that different from your working weight because you can't really just go up that much. But you really, really need to push it. Like 3 sets of 10, I mean, again, it depends obviously on the RP that's listed out. But it should be hard. Like, it should be a hard 3 sets of 10.
Yeah.
And so just looking at that and not necessarily thinking, oh, if I need to lose more weight or my progress is stalling, I just need to move faster in the gym. Not always. Sometimes you do. Sometimes you're being slow and you're taking too much recovery and you're just kind of putzing around. Sometimes you're moving too fast and you're not getting enough quality sets in.
Yeah.
So there is a dichotomy, of course, like everything here. But it's really important to kind of look at all of these factors as a whole when you're saying, oh, I need to make faster progress. Well, really, is every single one of these things dialed in? And if they are, then then we can make some changes, and we should make changes. But you need to make sure that these things are dialed in 100%. So, thank you guys. I'm like, we're still doing the hand thing. Thank you guys for listening. Hope you enjoyed. If you want to check out more from us, you can subscribe to our newsletter at teamlocofit.com.
All
at the top.
Information.
Yeah, it just says subscribe. It's great. And you can also apply for coaching there, and we'd love to hear from you.
Yee.